Hey guys, and welcome to a brand new video to the channel. So in this video, I'm going to go and do something we do pretty normally on a double XP and you guys really seem to enjoy. I'm going to go over some items to buy and pick up over the double XP because generally, because they've been produced a lot over double XP, they do go cheaper. Now, these can be pretty much some of the same items we've done before, but I'm going to try and include a couple of new things as well, just to change it up a little bit as well. Now, what I like to do on double XP is stock up on certain items I know will be cheaper, and again, we'll break these all down. But a lot of the items which are going to be cheaper are things like crafting and herbal supplies, which have been created in bulk over double XP, which means there's a lot of volume on the Grand Exchange. Now, when an item has a lot of volume on the Grand Exchange, because the items don't sell because there is a lot of competition, people will generally try to drop their prices quite aggressively just to get their items to sell, just so they can reclaim a portion of their invested cash back. So what we can do as people who want to invest and buy things a little bit cheaper is we're going to try and put in offers to pick out those lower prices and then hold and sell or use it at a later time. And it just means we're in it for a lot less to start with. So the first couple of items we're going to go through first is going to be on the crafting side, because I do think that those are going to be a lot cheaper. So I will just take these out. As you can see, the Grenwall Spikes are still not selling, and I'm pretty much accepted that those are going to be a dud for quite a little while. So just before we get started, I am debating doing another video this week, and if I'm going to do it, it'll probably have to be tomorrow or Wednesday. But playing the escaping free-to-play account, I have noticed that a lot of things at the minute are quite cheap in terms of prices. Like a lot of things the escaping account is trying to make and produce are remarkably cheap for where I think they should be. Now, if you want me to do a video going through those and like little deals you guys can pick up because resources are cheap, let me know. And then the escaping free-to-play series can cover some money makers as well, because we have picked out a couple of things which do seem to be doing very, very well. So escaping free-to-play can cover the money-making side, and then this account can just talk through a couple of things a little bit cheap, just in case you wanted to pick up a deal on double XP. But let me know in the comments if you want to see it, or if you drop me a like on the video. If we hit something over like 30, 35 likes, then I'll make sure that is done for you guys. But without further ado, let's get started. So one of the first things I normally do, I look for things to throw into my auto alchemy, because the auto alchemy has to be consistently fed. Now, one really great item to buy, because it is such a good price with its out price. The out price of a Royal Dragonhide body is, so just go here, 11.5k. So just buying it for the price we did, that is actually a bit of a steal, even though it's a little bit over mid. But if we put in a low offer, there you go, we can get it there. So not only was that a decent flip, it is something which is very good for your auto alchemy. Now, these are currently over mid, but it's something I'd be keeping an eye on from now afterwards. I always sort of start on the Monday after the first weekend, and then gradually watch it as well over the next couple of days. Now, crafting might be different on this one, because obviously 110 crafting is here. People will want to be doing it. But Royal Dragonhide bodies are a fantastic one when people decide to bulk sell, because the XP for crafting them is just that good. So along with Royal Dragonhide bodies, I would also sort of pay attention to Black Dragonhide. The other ones, maybe not as much now, because Royal Dragonhide is only like level 65 to craft into bodies, and I wouldn't really go much lower than that. 65 is really not a high level nowadays in terms of crafting, and for the XP you're going to get, people will always focus there. Now, the Black Dragonhide is a little less on the desirable side, and if we just go and quick sell that, yeah, maybe one to avoid there, and nothing too great. So Battle Staff is the next one. So Battle Staffs are, again, fantastic for throwing in your auto alchemy. They are really good XP. They did experience a little bit of a bump up in price. Again, I think these are also over mid, but it's all about being patient and just making sure that you have right offers. These are all instant buys, but again, this one seems to be a little bit over mid. Not a great one in terms of a flip, but it's also a very good one to pay attention to as well. Now, water is probably the only other one I'd have a look at, just because water battle staffs are on quite a lot of bosses' drop tables. So always pay an eye out. But again, battle staffs as a whole, fantastic way to make some money. Massively over the Grand Exchange mid there. 7.6k is huge. So that's a big old flip actually. 1,000 coins. And again, it's not just like being able to have like things to sell, which we're going to spot here. We're going to spot decent things with decent margins. So water battle staff is there. And in terms of crafting one, again, might throw a little money making method here for you guys. A battle staff is going to be currently at a price of 4.1k, which I imagine, yeah, it's going to be a little bit higher than normal. So yeah, it seems that people have kind of swapped. I really thought that this was going to be the double XP where people are going to go ham on fletching and woodcutting. it seems like crafting supplies just from those past like couple of methods are pretty much through the roof. A water orb as well has come down in price, 185 GP for that. As you can see, if we were to buy that, 4.5k and transforming it in 7.6 and getting something like 300k crafting XP an hour, very much worthwhile. But these will definitely tail off towards the end of the week when people start to dump things on the Grand Exchange. They might be a little bit high now because really we're only 2 days into the double XP. But people will be picking these out for things for an auto outcome, so there is a little bit of competition with it. But again, crafting is always there for these kind of things. Now, something which I've done pretty much consistently as well is also check the price of gems. Now, dragonstones historically go down because there's so many people crafting dragonstones now. It's now a viable method to cut dragonstones, but even then, even cut dragonstones are slightly over mid. Wow. But what I would do is stock up on dragonstones with gold bars and turn them into jewellery. Whether you want to make necklaces, combat bracelets, dragonstone jewellery is just a solid 4.5, 5 mil profit per hour, just sheerly AFKing. But gold bars as well also up in price, as well as the gems. But a great free-to-play money-making method as well while we're here. And again, this is why we try and fill as much in as we can for these videos for you guys. Turning gold ore into a gold bar. Big profit on free-to-play if you want to. That's 1,400 coins for turning them into a bar. Actually, no. Probably 1,900 coins. So yeah, pretty huge profit there if you are looking for a little free-to-play money-making method. I did it on escaping free-to-play when it was free-to-play, and it brought in big, big money. So the next thing we're going to move on to is Sarah Brews, which I'll be interested to see how these are because these have been going down an awful lot lately. And the reason is obviously I'm thinking more towards there's a lack of PVM and a lack of demand for Sarah Brews. However, that won't last for long because eventually there's going to be a PVM update come up. People will want Sarah Brews as their food source and the price of brews naturally will go up. As you can see there, 5.4k, which is under mid price. Yeah, 400 GP under mid. So there does seem to be quite an over demand of brews, and also the fact they were going down for a little while beforehand will only help. So if you are looking to stock up a brews or any price, the absolute rock bottom price you can have is during a double XP. Maybe not now, maybe wait for a few days just to see if it's going to go up or down as a point, but it can be a very good way to make some GP as well. The potion flasks, and then this is a bit of a rogue one because we spotted in Market Watch last week that they were already going down. But it's a good time that people will actually make their flasks because they can be double XP and also like free crafting XP as well. So you might be able to get a decent price on potion flasks. Now we've just bought one for what I imagine would have been about 11k, but for potion flasks that is quite cheap. And you can also look at something like a Sarah Brew and sell a Sarah Brew potion flasks. We could roughly be, let's say, 22k there, and a Sarah Brew flask can go for 24.4, which doesn't sound like a lot of profit, but when you realise that just changing those 3 doses into flask is just right-clicking one NPC, that is a pretty quick way to make some GP. One of the other like absolute best things to buy, which I'm very cautious on for once, Vaughn Bombs. Now Vaughn Bombs have had a massive spike before a bonus XP, which is weird, but Vaughn Bombs are probably one of the best ways to train your Herblore. And as you just seen there, I've just instant bought for a very, very low price in the mid. So currently I'm mid price at 30.2k, but a Vaughn Bomb there has just bought for 26. Now with how Vaughn Bombs have been on the Grand Exchange chart, which we've gone for a Market Watch, and when we watch Market Watch again, I'm sure Vaughn Bombs will be there and we'll have a look at it. Vaughn Bombs have spiked massively, so 26k for a Vaughn Bomb is a little bit of a steal, especially if you use them as well. It's probably the cheapest you're going to get some Vaughn Bombs for a little while until they recover in price. Now some other things, again, it's a little bit smaller than before, like if you're a big PVMer, you need sailfish, you need food, now's the time to have a look into it. Is it worth it? Can you get it cheaper? Basically anything which is processed or processed in a skill, now is the best time to have a look because there's going to be an influx or an increase in the amount of items being sold on the Grand Exchange. Not only things like that, we check gold ore, but ore prices can come down because people might do mining. People can do any form of skill on a double XP. So it's always worth checking any items which you buy regularly or like any items which you are trying to use or you think are going to go up. Now is the best time to have a look if you think they're being processed and created quite a lot. But yeah, those are some of my sort of like must buys off the back of the double XP. Obviously some things are up. It's been a very weird double XP. And I think when we finish the escaping free-to-play account, we'll do a big roundup of like my thoughts on the double XP, the overall market, how things have gone, what's been profitable, what's not been profitable. because it's not been like previous bonus XPs. It's been very much an up and down thing. Some things are crazy prices and dramatically up in price, while some things haven't even shifted or moved. So yeah, we'll finish that on the Escaping Free to Play account. Obviously, that series is going to finish this week or maybe even Monday, to be fair. What I've tried to do is not do a video every day, because the kind of things I'm doing now, I'm just grinding certain money making methods. When we have something where we can have a little bit of discussion, talk on a grand exchange and talk through margins, we'll always do that. And if I've got enough clips in a video worthy of doing that, we'll also make sure to get that out then. But if I'm just doing things where I'm just grinding stuff, I'm going to try and sort of like minimize the amount of videos I upload, because I just don't want it to be spam of like me not really doing much content and bringing much content to you guys as well. But that's going to be the end of this video. If you have any other sort of things you guys pick up on about the double XP, drop in the comments. Let's have a little bit of discussion, see if you guys have any better things picked out than I do, and we can just try and help each other out. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you have, please make sure to subscribe to the channel, hit the like button as well. It really does help me out and be seen by more people. But thank you guys for watching once again. I'll see you guys very soon in the next video.